half kneeling thoracic spine rotation with open book. So we're using the wall as a leverage point to be able to put our inside leg up against the wall. And then as you saw in the intro video, I have my hand behind my head and I'm using, again, the wall as a way to kind of leverage coupling motions in my thoracic spine to create rotation and extension. And also it's kind of like a frame of reference because we're going to talk about some ways that we can scale this relative to your mobility. And then we also use the wall for the third piece is to be able to kind of leverage into the wall as we reach into the open book to help drive rotation at the same time. So the most aggressive position is going to be when you have your entire thigh and your shin against the wall. So a way that you can kind of regress this or scale out of it is if you bring your foot over and you put just the shin bone against the wall, you'll have space for your hip to be able to move. So it's not quite as aggressive. And then the second piece with that is your arm position. So putting your hand behind your neck, behind your head, kind of locks up your cervical spine and it really drives motion into that mid portion of your spine or your thoracic spine. So by putting your hand on the wall and rotating with your hand on the wall, that is not as aggressive either. So if you want to be in the least aggressive position, you're going to go shin bone on the wall, and you're going to hand on the wall, and you're going to rotate as far as you can relative to that position. Breathing is really important. So let's talk about your when you're going to breathe in, when you're going to exhale. So a lot of people will try to really hold their breath when they're doing this. They'll breathe in, get tight, hold their breath. As you breathe in, your lungs expand, your lungs are attached to your ribs are attached to your spine. So it limits how much motion you can have. If you have a forced exhalation, the same thing. Everything contracts down, it's stiff, it's rigid. You're trying to just blow your air out and relax as you go through the motion, rotating back. So if I want to be most aggressive, everything's against the wall, thigh, shin, hand behind my neck. I'm going to blow my air out, rotate as far as I can, come back out of that, drive this leg and this arm into the wall and reach and try to go to that open book position. Come back. If I want to be least aggressive, I'd scoot out away from the wall, but still be able to put my shin on the wall, have kind of like my pinky on the wall, rotate when I get to the stop position where my palm goes on the wall, come around, come back to this position, leverage the open book, and that would be an example of one rep.